First, accused of inappropriately touching patients who can't speak for years. Each time, no charges. Until now.
What we're seeing, I'm certain, is just the tip of the iceberg.
Investigator Mahsa Saeidi digs into the state and police response. Good evening, I'm Keith Cate.
I'm Jennifer Lee. Thank you for joining us. He is a certified nursing assistant accused of some disturbing behavior with people who simply couldn't say no.
And we told you about him back in July when he was charged with a felony. It was his first charge, but far from the first accusation. 8 on your side, Investigator Mahsa Saeidi has been looking into the case for months, and she joins us with the update.
Keith, Jan, good evening. So this is who we're talking about. This is Marco Romero. And frankly, the accusations against him are very difficult to even read. In the past few months, I have been able to track down some of his alleged victims, and the families tell me they're way too distraught to speak, but advocates say the system has failed.
This represents a total system failure.
But does it? Let's rewind 2 months. Sarasota police released a mugshot of CNA Marco Romero. They say Romero inappropriately touched a patient who couldn't speak repeatedly. Romero was charged with a felony, and police said they believe there may be more victims, and that Romero had been accused of molesting patients since 2016. 7 years, but no charges until now. Here's a PIO of Sarasota PD back in July.
These victims that have been assaulted at these care facilities, they're unable to talk or report the crime.
But the crimes were reported. We obtained copies of prior complaints. Patients, staff, and witnesses at assisted living facilities contacting police. The Sarasota Sheriff's Office and Venice PD were called 2 times each. Sarasota PD responding 4 times. We obtained this audio of a 2021 police interrogation. Listen to what Romero told the detective.
Well, I appreciate you talking to me, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
I told the deal, what can I do? I'm not gonna have to clean people now because every time I clean somebody, they accuse me.
Something happens. I know.
But when it's a woman, it's not a problem. But if it's a man, they always, complain.
The result? No charges. Hi, I'm Mahsa Saeidi from Channel 8. I'm here to talk with Mr. Romero. Romero wasn't home when we stopped by, and this morning,
the state of Florida versus Marco Romero.
He wasn't at his arraignment. Instead, Romero pled not guilty in this court filing. Attorney Michael Brevda specializes in nursing home abuse cases, and he says this goes way beyond police.
DCF was either directly involved or made aware of each one of these instances. The concept that he's still able to work in these facilities, knowing that he's faced so many accusations of molestation in such a short time span, it's shocking. He never should have had access to these victims.
So 50 days ago, we did contact DCF, or the Florida Department of Children and Families, and we know that for years they have been looking into these allegations because DCF is specifically mentioned in police reports. They haven't given us a comment or any of the documents showing their investigation, what came of it yet. The Department of Health does tell me, like in general, CNAs, before they get a job, pass an initial background check, but he actually worked at multiple facilities all across Sarasota County.
Well, and you told us that in at least 3 prior cases, these alleged victims have died. What else are you learning from their families?
So we're talking with families, and some of the families had no clue that this had even happened. I was the one that gave them the police reports. They were just really devastated. They have a lot of questions, and they're kind of thinking about if they want to speak out. It's a tough topic, I understand.
No question.
For sure. All right. Thank you, Mahsa. And if you have something you'd like Mahsa to